Hello! Welcome to ABM Academy. We have prepared lecture series dedicated to all accountancy, business, and management students. We hope you will learn something today. Let's begin.
Good morning. Welcome to ABM Academy. In today's episode, we will talk about the subject syllabus of Fundamentals in Accounting, Business, and Management 1. This will be our lesson number 2. At the end of the discussion, you should be able to have a basic understanding of the purpose of the subject. Also, you will be able to enumerate the lessons and topics covered by the subject FABM1. This subject is offered to our grades 11 students in senior high school and will be mainly focusing on the basic accounting principles under the sole proprietorship business. Okay. So, ano yung mga lessons natin? I have here 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's start with number 1. The part 1 will be the introduction to accounting. You will be acquainted or malalaman nyo ano yung purpose ni accounting. What are the branches of accounting? Accounting for the school, accounting for the business, public accounting, and of course, sino yung users ng information? The users of accounting information. So, that's one. The second main topic will be the main forms of business organization. So, there are a lot of business in the Philippines and all over the world. And we can classify them into two main classification. So number 1 is as to ownership or kung ilan yung business owners, ilan yung tao sa company. Number 2 will be as activities. So those business depending on what they do on a daily basis. So that is the forms of business organization. The third main topic we will cover about accounting concepts and principle. Ito na yung accounting proper, where you will learn all the jargons, mga words, terminologies that is used in accounting education and accounting practice, accounting parlance. We will know those accounting standards, accounting equation, major accounts. I will discuss that as we go along with our lesson. This will be a combination of concepts and computation. Kasi tapos na tayo sa introduction and history. So, medyo magko-compute na tayo dito. The fourth one will be the accounting process. So, you already know the terminologies, the jargon for accounting and their function. It's time to apply them in an accounting process or accounting cycle in either sole proprietorship and in merchandising business. So, ito, 90% problem solving ito or computation for the accounting process. Okay, and lastly, we will be having two learning methodologies. The first one is theory, or when we talk about the concepts, the definition of terms, and then the second part will be problem solving. Doon napapasok yung computational analysis natin. Okay, let's take a closer look of the topics that we will be discussing, starting with the introduction to accounting. Alright, I will be teaching the subject as if wala kayong background or any idea about accounting, so we will be starting from the very basic. For example, ano yung purpose ni accounting in a business? Pwede bang magkaroon ng business, or can I operate my business without using the system of accounting? Is it possible? Or, bakit lahat ng business merong accounting dapat or accounting system? Of course, we will be discussing the definition, the business definition of accounting and its elements. Ano yung history ng accounting? Saan country nang galing to? Why is it being used or adopted worldwide? So, that's the introduction to accounting. The second subtopic will be the branches of accounting. When you are familiar with accounting and its functions in a business, we will talk about the branches of accounting. Mainly, for example, in a company you are hired as an accountant, you can probably focus on financial accounting, or doing the financial reporting, or pwede rin sa management accounting, which is focused on the management side of the business of accounting. Or di kaya, if you sell products, for example, merchandising, pwede kang naka-assign sa cost accounting, which you will be focusing how to optimize, how to make it efficient yung costing ng product nyo. Okay, so pagbili sa supplier, pag-manage ng inventory, so that's cost accounting. And other branches that we will be discussing. The third subtopic will be the users of accounting information. So you know that accounting is used in business and you create information. Now, meron tayong dalawang users or readers ng financial information. The first one, you do financial reports, accounting based on the need of internal users. Ito yung mga may-ari ng kumpanya, mga investors, mga boss natin or mga employees din, which we need in making wise financial decisions. So those are internal. The second group will be the external users. These are the users of information outside of your organization. For example, mag-o-open ka ng bagong branch ng milk tea cafe or shop. Okay? Kailangan mo ng additional investor or those people who would like to join you in the business. So you prepare your financial statements, your report, and then ipapakita mo sa kanila kasi yun yung basis nila for making a decision if they will join you sa business or hindi. So those outside investors are called external users. Okay. So that's the introduction to accounting. The second topic will be the forms of business organization, and they are further categorized into two. The first one is as to ownership. You might have noticed several business in the country or in your place. Merong mga business na isa lang yung may-ari. No? It can be family business, sari-sari store, or another cafe. Isa lang yung owner. We call that the sole proprietorship. Meron din namang mga business, kunwari restaurant. Kung tinanong mo sino yung owner, dalawa or tatlo na magkakaibigan. So those are partnership business. Bakit natin kailangang pag-aralan yung sole proprietorship, partnership, or corporation and cooperatives? Hindi ba pwedeng isa lang yung pag-aralan doon? Total pare-pareho ng mga accounting? The answer is no. Kasi the treatment for income distribution, yung ownership, magkakaiba yung treatment depende sa structure ng organization, whether it is sole proprietorship, partnership, and of course, lalong-lalo na si corporation. And then the second one will be businesses as to activities. As we mentioned before, merong service type of business, merchandising, and manufacturing. So we will use those as example when we do our computations in accounting. We go now to subtopic number 3. This is very important kasi nandito yung majority ng discussion natin in accounting concepts and principles. Starting with accounting standards. You know, accounting is widely used by several business, not just in the Philippines, but in other countries as well, all over the world. My question is, do we follow the same system? Yung bang rules natin sa Philippines, applicable din pag ikaw ay accountant doing business in the US or magkakaiba? So with this accounting standards discussion, we will talk about the generally accepted accounting principles or GAAP. These are the standards applied in the Philippines. Also, international accounting standards and other standards. The second subtopic under this will be the accounting equation. Ito yung assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. We will be checking a financial statement. We will identify saan dito yung asset. Bakit siya tinawag na assets? And then liabilities, tapos yung capital or owner's equity. Basically, that will be your guide all throughout your learnings in ABM kasi hindi yun magbabago. Everything that you do, it will always be asset equals liabilities plus owner's equity. After that, we will also be discussing the major accounts of the financial statements. Yung na-mention ko kanina si assets o yung pag-aari ng kumpanya, liabilities, yung kailangang bayaran, capital, yung binigay ng may-ari ng company or mga investors for the company. then your income, ano yung kita, and expenses. Okay, so those are the major accounts. Later on, when you are already working, doon lang talaga umiikot yung work mo as an accountant. It's either nakafocus ka lang sa liabilities or mga payables mo sa mga supplier, or doon kayo sa receivables or sa assets. Okay, and income, monitoring income and expenses. We will also be talking about the book of accounts like the chart of accounts, the general ledger, and general journal. Ang ibig sabihin nito, for example, in one company, bumili siya ng mga merchandise na ibebenta or retailer. Kunwari, nagre-resell siya. So, as an accountant, i-record mo yun sa book nila. So, meron tayong sinusunod na format or mga pangalan ng accounts. Hindi pwedeng ilalagay mo lang na bumili ng straw, ng cups, ng pearl for the milk tea. No? We use a specific account under accounting parlance. So, ang ginagawa natin sa accounting, we use other terms just like inventory, supplies, office supplies. Yun yung mga gamit natin pagdating sa accounting. So, those are the chart of accounts. And then the next one, the rules of debit and credit. Simply to say, pag nagre-record ka kasi yan, may left and right side. We call it the P account. And all the entries on the left side will be the debit entries, and all the entries on the right side will be the credit entries. But, ang function ng debit sa credit magkakaiba. Depende kung nasa assets siya, liabilities, or capital. And then topic number 4 will be the accounting process. As an example, we will do it for the sole proprietorship or yung business na isa lang yung may-ari. Anong gagawin natin with the accounting process? I will be teaching you how to do the correct journal entries. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng transactions within the company kailangan nare-record sa accounting books. We call it the journalizing. And then we go to posting, trial balance, adjusting entries, worksheet, a financial statement, and the closing entries and reversing entries. Magkakaroon tayo ng written exercises for you to master this portion of the accounting process. Once we are done with that, we head to the other process, which is a trial balance. So, it's a cycle from journalizing hanggang sa reversing entries. If you can master this, you can already do a simple bookkeeping for a company. And then after that, we will also be doing computations for merchandising business naman. Paggawa rin ng income statement and mga special journals under merchandising business. So those are the 4 main topics under ABM1. What we are going to do is I will be dividing the teaching methods into 2. The first one will be the theory part. Ito yung nasa video natin, which I will be discussing the definition of terms, yung mga accounting concepts, and then we'll follow yung problem solving naman, where we will be having computations, worksheet, analysis, para ma-practice yun naman. Yung alam nyo na concept, kailangan na i-apply. So I will be giving you problems or set of data that you will do. For example, I'll give you one company. Nandun yung mga activity nila for the month, and then kayo magsusulat from journalizing to trial balance hanggang sa closing entries. Okay, so that's basically it for fundamentals in accounting, business, and management. And I hope that we will be able to learn as much as possible with theory and concepts, and then later on practical application with computation. That's it for today. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.
And that is the end. If this lecture has helped you, please subscribe to our channel and share it to someone who might need this. Thank you for choosing ABM Academy.